Welcome in, Dirty Birds fans, to the Falcons Today by Chat Sports. My name is Trace Mustakis, but please call me Moose. On today's episode, I'm going to break down just for you the Falcons' new quarterback and exactly the things he did well in Week 1 and the things that he needs to clean up in Week 1. There is one specific quality, by the way, that I believe he showed in Week 1 that very few quarterbacks possess, especially in their second year as a NFL quarterback. Only got his fourth start, which is crazy. Before I do that, though, we have a sub-battle. This week's sub-battle with the Minnesota Vikings, who we face on Sunday night. They're beating us right now by 45 subscribers. So if you haven't done so already, make sure you hit that subscribe button and help us catch up to Vikings Now and Patrick Seatman, who believes that we will not beat them in subs this week. I beg to differ. Let's talk about Michael Penix, the sandwich method. So I'm going with 2 green top buns for positive. We're going to go right in the middle. We're going to go back-to-back negatives. We're going to end out with the positive as well. The first positive, pocket mobility. One thing that I think got very underrated for Michael Penix Jr. was his ability to slide up, slide left, slide right inside the pocket. Pocket poise is something that very few young quarterbacks actually possess. But if you look at this specific screenshot that I have on screen for you right now, this looks like a sack, does it not? Because the Buccaneers go out and they pinch both sides. Penix Jr. evades this, and he actually gets positive yards. So they pinched on both sides, hoping to force Michael Penix Jr. to climb up, run into his own offensive lineman, and then completely abandon the play, either taking a sack or darting it or throwing it out of bounds. But he broke free and gained positive yards on this play. Now, this was one of his few scrambles that he had, but this remains the same. His ability to identify when the blitzers are coming and know exactly throughout the pocket where he's supposed to be by keeping his feet balanced is excellent. And again, it's not something you see from a player after 4 starts in the NFL. But I think this is where his experience in college comes in. So let's go back and take a look at his stats as a whole. 64% completion percentage, 298 passing yards, 2 total touchdowns. And here's something that you need to know. This is an expected completion percentage. I'm sure you're wondering, what is it and why is it exactly the same as his completion percentage? Expected completion percentage averages the number of throws a quarterback should have completed on passing attempts. So this year, Next Gen Stats by Amazon has a team of analysts that go through each and every single passing attempt from each quarterback. And they say, based off of the numbers, based off the defensive scheme and the tape, how many of these should have been caught or should have been completed. They do take into account drops, overthrows, underthrows, and just basic defensive play. You don't want to be in the negatives. You want to be in the positives. Well, Penix expected completion percentage was 0. And you might look at that and go, that sounds terrible. It's actually a really good thing because 0 in this case doesn't mean 0%. It means dead even, meaning every single completion that Michael Penix had was supposed to be completed. So the incompletions were not supposed to be completions regardless. That's great stuff. That means every time he dropped back and he completed a pass, it was either on time, on target, or something that shouldn't have been caught anyway. So he's playing in scheme. He's playing on time with great delivery. That's what you love to see. So show me some love if you love what I love, and that's Michael Penix Jr. Type 9 in the comments, or if you're watching this during our live show, spam it in the live chat right now. I want to see as many 9s as I can to show some love to QB1. Let's go to our first negative, touch throws. Again, this is probably one of the toughest things to master as an NFL quarterback because you're going up against the very best athletes in the world at this respective game. He has a tendency, and it showed, to overthrow his wide receivers. That usually indicates jitters. You're amped up, you're excited, you're in the game, it's moving fast. You don't realize that you're putting a little bit more juice on the ball than you originally intended. But all of that gets fixed with time and snaps. You saw, even from the very best quarterbacks in the NFL, Josh Allen was notorious for this. He has such a strong arm that in his first couple of seasons, he had a tendency to overthrow his players simply because he had the arm. He was nervous, excited, whatever you want to call it. It just takes a little bit of time. Layered throws are tough to master. And deep ball accuracy is built in timing with your wide receivers. But this is where play action can be your friend. If you go through the exaggerated process of making sure you fake the handoff, set your feet, drop back, hit your back foot, push your momentum forward, and throw that ball with the exact type of touch that you're looking for on that specific throw, you're going to be fine. He's only a couple starts in, my friends. We can just have a little bit of patience. Let's go to the next negative here in just a second. But before we do it, I'm going to tell you about our friends at Prize Picks. This episode is brought to you by Prize Picks. And listen, you and I get paid every single day to make a decision. But on Prize Picks, you can be right. Don't miss any of the excitement this season on Prize Picks, where it is good to be right. It's very simple to play. Just pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections. If you get your picks right, you could cash in. It is the best way to win cash this football season. Which players are going off? Which ones aren't? Make your picks in less than 60 seconds and turn your takes into cash all season long on Prize Picks. How does it work? Just like this. Here are my week 2 picks, or at least a couple of them. Lamar, Justin, Travis Kelce, all with the more because I'm a glutton, and Bijan Robinson on the less for rushing yards. It is that simple. So just go to your app store, click the download button, and use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. The next negative, breakdown panic, is what I'm liking to call this. Now, this isn't necessarily one of those things that I believe happened on every play, but when the play broke down, you can absolutely see a lot about a quarterback's tenure in the NFL based off of what his feet do. 2 plays specifically where Penix got crossed up in his footwork and the play broke down and he got jumpy inside of the pocket. There was one specific one on a play action inside the pistol where he ran the wrong way. He realized it, so the play was supposed to go to his right. He ended up going left. So he realized it halfway through, stutter stepped his feet, looked around in a panic, and then just threw the ball away. You've got to relax a little bit more. Plays are going to break down. You're human. Trust your playmakers. If the play starts to eradicate, buy yourself a little bit more time. Scramble outside of the pocket. Keep your eyes upfield and make a throw. You've got Drake London. You're going to get Darnell Mooney back. You've got Kyle Pitts and Bijan Robinson, who was absolutely a stud in the receiving game in week 1. You also have Ray McLoud, who's pretty fast. I don't know if you've seen him before. So there's a lot that you can tell from a young quarterback as he dances around inside the pocket when something like that happens. But I would also say it's okay to check the ball down. Where did this notion come in the NFL that the check down was a bad play? Tom Brady was known notoriously for this, and he's the GOAT. Don't force a throw. Don't just dirt it. Get outside, breathe a little bit, buy yourself some more time, and at worst case, check the ball down. You'll get some positive yards. Let's complete our sandwich with one more positive. The clutch factor. This is what I was talking about at the very beginning of today's episode. You don't see this from second-year quarterbacks. And basically, it's not even really Michael Penix Jr.'s first year because he's only had a couple of starts. Very few young quarterbacks can drive down the field, losing by 3, and put your team in a position to win/tie. It showed unbelievable confidence. And that you can't teach to anybody. You either have it or you don't. And I love it. That ability to take the team, knowing that you need to play well down the stretch in a 2-minute offense, to go down and actually do it while your receivers are letting you down. Put your position or your team in that position to tie the ball game and then get let down again by your kicker. None of that is on Michael Penix Jr. He did his job. And he had a bunch of other clutch plays as well in week 1. you remember that scramble on 4th down to move the chains on the extension inside the red zone? I believe it was on 4th down, where he kind of like extends his knee instead of going down, reaches his hand over and gets the first. How about that scramble play on the breakdown for the touchdown late in the 4th quarter that took the lead? Oh, and then, of course, the entire last drive, putting the team in field goal position. There is a clutch factor from Michael Penix Jr. And my final takeaway from it, the Falcons have a quarterback. It's not perfect. It's not going to be perfect. Very few quarterbacks in this league are, outside of a guy named Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, and Josh Allen. But Michael Penix Jr. showed me that he is the QB1 for this team for the foreseeable future. I'm sure you had questions going into this year. How's he going to look? How's it going to look that he didn't play in preseason? I didn't see any problems wrong with his performance. None whatsoever, other than those minor tweaks that I talked about earlier. So do you believe in MP9? Yes or no? Yeah, I do. It's an easy yes for me. Let me know in the comment section down below. A reminder that we have to catch up to Vikings now in our sub battle, down by 45. So if you can, I need 45 Falcons fans that have not subscribed to the channel to hit that sub button. It's completely free. It'll never cost you anything. Rise up, and as always, be cool.